Alright, in this video we're going to quickly go over some email marketing. So one of the first things that you need to do, set up the landing page, make sure that you get the permission to send marketing material to these people. They need to opt in. We'll go over conversions and copywriting in a separate video, but right now I just want to glaze over having the opt-in page. So now you have their contact or maybe their telephone number, and we'll do a separate one on SMS marketing as well for sending people text messages, because in that scenario it's a little bit more dicey. Depending on what state you're in, they have different laws, so you actually have to get a double opt-in for a text message, but we can get into that as well. Because the open rates are better, people usually respond and read text messages more than they'll go in on their phone and read their email. But again, separate video. So for this video, you get their name, you get their email. Now what do you do with that information? You send out your first email. Usually you have to bribe people with like a reason why they're giving over their information. So you need to know your audience, you need to know what they want. Then, when you understand what they're interested in, you just give it to them. And then in exchange, they'll give you their email. So in the first email, that might be what you deliver, is what you said you were going to give them. PDF files, links to information, whatever it is. Music, if maybe your client is a musician and you're giving away a free song, MP3, whatever it is. Moving on. Next, you want to make sure that their headline is intriguing. You got to give people a reason to open the email. So usually, generally, 5 to 10 words, because if it's under 5 words, it might be too vague. And if it's over 10 words, then it just becomes ... So you get a really intriguing headline in the subject line. In the body, if you're on a phone, you can preview the email. So you might not want to start it out with like, hey, good morning, how are you? Blah, 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 which is typical of a lot of emails. If that's prime real estate in that preview of what the email is about, I would try to take advantage of that a little bit better than just like, hey, what's up? Next tip I'm going to give for your calls to action throughout the email, try to link it more than just once, because people tend to jump around. So maybe in the first fold of the email, have at least one of the links to click for your call to action, in the middle of the body, at the end of the letter, and if you really want to get crazy, you could even put it in your signature down at the bottom. But if you have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 opportunities of them going to wherever you're trying to drive them to, your conversion rates go up. And you just word them slightly different, but still give the same link. Okay, so then that wraps up pretty much everything that's involved in an email. So the first thing is you got to collect the email. You got to give people a reason to want to hand over their information. You have to give them value. And so, okay, now in the sequence of emails, you don't always have to ask for a sale. You can just literally give people free information for a few days in a row, and then when it comes time to ask them for the sale, you've built up that relationship of trust. They're not just a cold lead anymore. Now they're actually interested. Got to check to make sure that they're opening the emails. If they're not opening what you're sending them, you're not building a rapport with them. If you send them clickbaity subject lines, it could get thrown into spam, it could get thrown into promotions or social, or all different types of folders. where they don't even see the email to begin with, where right from the source it could get shut down. So you want to go online and research what are some of the like spam words of 2020, so that you know never to put them inside of any of your emails, because there's algorithms from Gmail and Hotmail and Yahoo and all the email providers that will literally scan everything that's inside your email. And if it has anything that sounds like free, or if it talks about any of these types of words, your email doesn't even reach your customer. And it gives your website a bad review. So now your domain name gets pinged with any emails that you send out from that website. No good. It's horrible. So, like, do your research on this stuff before you start sending out emails. And as a last ninja trick, some of the softwares out there can do placeholders. So when somebody comes to your landing page and they type in their name, jim@gmail.com, it can snatch that name and put it inside the body or the subject line or whatever. So when you send that email out, they went to the landing page, they gave you their information, they're expecting whatever they signed up for. When it comes to them, it says in the email, "Hey Jim, here's your free gift." So that's a little ninja trick there. But more about all this stuff in another video.